Well, this is it, friends. Let's talk about Lethal Weapon 4. Plus, give you a ranking of the franchise so far. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to you as the Big D. And this time around, I bring to you a review of the 1998 buddy cop action flick Lethal Weapon 4, directed and produced by Richard Donner, released by Warner Brothers, starring Mel Gibson along with Danny Glover, plus Joe Pesci, Rene Russo, along with Chris Rock, and Jet Li in his international film debut. This is the fourth installment of the film series and the last film in the series directed by Donner before he passed away last year, and the last to be released theatrically. Because I've just learned that there will finally be a fifth one, but I'll get to that later on. After the review of this, stay tuned. After this, you will get my ranking of all four movies alongside this review. Now, if you haven't seen any of the other Lethal Weapon film reviews, I would appreciate you checking them all out by clicking on that card that'll take you to the playlist so you can catch what you might have missed or see them again if you'd like. Anyway, just a few more seconds and... Alright, now I'll do it. Okay, on with the story. Lorna Cole is pregnant with LAPD Sergeant Martin Riggs' baby. They are not married, but both are thinking about it. LAPD Sergeant Roger Murtaugh's daughter, Rhiannon, is also pregnant due to issues with the department's insurance carrier over Riggs and Murtaugh's actions as sergeants. The police chief has Captain Murphy promote them to captains. The officers, along with Leo Getz, come upon a Chinese immigrant smuggling ring after running an ocean-going vessel aground, though the captain of the boat escapes. In the subsequent investigation, Murtaugh finds Hung and his family hiding from U.S. immigration officers to avoid deportation. Murtaugh offers them shelter in his home, and their families, along with Riggs and Cole, quickly bond. Hung reveals he is looking for his uncle, a skilled engraver, who had paid for their passage to the U.S. Riggs discovers through Lorna, that Murtaugh's yet-to-be-born grandchild from Rhiannon is by Detective Lee Butters, which Murtaugh cannot possibly tolerate, as he did not want his daughter to marry a police officer, and that Murtaugh still does not know who the father is due to the family hiding it from him. Continued investigation of the smuggling ring leads the officers to Uncle Benny Chan, a crime boss operating from a Chinatown restaurant. There, they are introduced to high-ranking triad negotiator Wah Sing Koo. Chan forces them out of his restaurant when the officers show no probable cause. Riggs steals an umbrella from a counter in the restaurant and pulls the fire alarm so that the sprinklers go on, forcing all the restaurant customers to flee. Outside, Riggs spots the escaped captain and tries to give chase, but fails to capture him. However, Koo later intercepts the captain and kills him as punishment for attracting the police's attention. Chan and Koo take steps to eliminate all those in their plans. Well, on their plans anyway. Hong is able to contact his uncle, but this leads the triads to Murtaugh's house. Koo and the triad thugs kidnap the Hongs, tie up Murtaugh and his family, Riggs and Cole, and set the house ablaze. Ping, Hong's grandson, has evaded capture and helps to free the others in time. Though Riggs and Murtaugh chase down and kill some of the triad members, Koo escapes. and he brings Hong to his uncle at a warehouse, where he has been engraving plates for a counterfeiting operation for Ku and Chan in exchange for transit for his family. Ku kills Hong in front of his uncle to assure his continued work. With Getz serving as a distraction, the officers confront Chan at his dentist's office to interrogate him with laughing gas for more information, but are unable to get any leads, and during which Riggs and Butters accidentally reveal the family secret to Murtaugh. Later, as they discuss what they know with Detective Ing, who has worked on cases involving the Chinese government before, Ing recognizes that Ku must be trying to negotiate with a corrupt Chinese general for the release of the four fathers, high-ranking triad members that include Ku's brother. New information leads them to the abandoned warehouse where they find the bodies of Hong, his uncle, and Chan, the latter two killed by Ku after they served their usefulness. Knowing that Ku plans to use counterfeit money, the police intercept the exchange between Ku and the general, telling the general that the money is fake. The enraged general reacts by executing most of the forefathers before being shot and killed by the triads, at which a firefight breaks out between the triad, the general's private army, and the police, and most of the triad and the army are killed, and Butters is wounded, shielding Murtaugh. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get this over, get to the ending, the final act. You know the rest of the story of what I do with these reviews. So, as always, you have 5 seconds to stop this video and do what you do is best. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below to avoid the ending spoilers. If you've seen the movie already, please continue on after the 5 seconds are over with. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Well, Ku attempts to escape with his brother, but his brother is shot and killed by Murtaugh. Riggs and Murtaugh pursue Ku to a pier where they engage him in a brutal fistfight. Murtaugh impales Ku through the stomach with a rebar before being knocked out by Ku, after which the pier collapses and sends Riggs and Ku into the water. Riggs is able to find the Kalashnikov assault rifle and finish off Ku, while Murtaugh recovers in time to rescue Riggs from a piece of concrete that had pinned him underwater. Later, Riggs visits his dead wife's grave and asks her for advice about his impending marriage with Lorna, about which he still has doubts. Getz arrives and offers a heartfelt childhood story that gives Riggs both a new light on the situation and a new perspective of Getz. They soon discover Lorna is about to give birth and race to the hospital where Riggs and Lorna are ceremonially married by a rabbi just before she enters labor. Their son and Rhiannon's daughter are born, and Murtaugh accepts Butters as his son-in-law, and Murphy gives Riggs and Murtaugh their rank of sergeant back since the sea is insured again, and Hong's family is granted asylum. End of story. So what did I think of Lethal Weapon 4? Well, I'll say it's reasonable in ways. This film was mostly more mixed as more than the last one was. Anyway, now according to Rotten Tomatoes consensus, it say Jet Li's arrival breathes fresh life into a tired franchise formula, but not enough to put the film on equal footing with its predecessors. Yes, I do agree with them and what have you. But anyway, still, it does manage to try and get give it the skill of its three predecessors, but it lacks a secret weapon, which was conviction, according to Roger Ebert. Well, anyway, yeah, it was still well, reasonable and what have you. And it did have some good action, but it was just kind of, well, a mixed bag. Anyway, we have Michael Kamen, David Sanborn, and Eric Clapton back to once again do the music for the film, just like they did with the last one and what have you. Yeah, which they did good and what have you. However, there was no actual soundtrack released for it, making the only film in the series not to have a soundtrack album released alongside. But however, in 2013, La La Land Records released the score as disc 7 and 8 of its limited edition Lethal Weapon soundtrack collection. Which that was good. Like I said, the story is, well, reasonable. It's kind of a mixed bag, but anyway. Still, we get the great performances of Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, plus Joe Pesci as Getz, and Rene Russo, who was introduced in the last film as Cole. Chris Rock as Detective Butters, he's reasonably okay. Jet Li playing Koo, that was a pretty good addition. Let's see. Steve Kahan is back as Captain Murphy. Hmm. Yep, just incredible. And Darlene Love is back as Murtaugh's wife again. Plus, we have a host of others. So the cast isn't too bad. Despite the mixed reviews, the film, however, was a box office success and went on to make $285 million worldwide, making it the second highest grossing film behind the last one, number 3. Now, and after that, we didn't see any more of those two. But anyway, there have been long talk about fifth film. Now, even though there would be a TV series that the Fox Network would show, but I never watched it though. I didn't think it would match up to that. And a few years back, Mel Gibson hinted that fifth movie might happen, that he and Glover and Donner would return. But after so many times, well, they tried, but anyway. But in July of last year, Donner died, leaving the fate of the film unknown. And Mel Gibson has been approached for potentially directing the film. I just learned that last November he confirmed that he is in talks to direct and star in a long-awaited fifth Lethal Weapon film, which will be called Lethal Finale. And he says that he would be helming the film to honor Donner. And it was also revealed that Richard Wenk, who worked on The Equalizer and Jack Reacher Never Go Back, has drafted a screenplay. But unfortunately, since I mentioned this was the last film to be released theatrically, this film's being sent to HBO Max. But a date for that, I cannot answer. We don't know. Anyway, still, the film is a mixed bag. Story's reasonable. The cast is pretty good. We still got the same musicians to work on the score and what have you. Just about a lot of other things. So in the end, would I recommend Lethal Weapon 4? I'd say maybe to be on the safe side, a one-time watch. But if you are a die-hard fan of the franchise, again, one-time watch just to be on the safe side. If you like it, then congrats. Anyway, you can let me know what your thoughts are on Lethal Weapon 4 in the comments section below. But this vid's not over yet. No, sir. I'm gonna rank all 4 movies. This was kind of simple for me, but you don't have to take my word for it. You be the judge. You can tell me what your favorite Lethal Weapon flick is as well. So let's rank all 4 of them. Number 4 is the one I just talked about, Lethal Weapon 4. Again, it's a mixed bag, but it's still good in some ways, especially with Jet Li on board for his big international film debut. And still, it has a bit of good action in it. Number 3 would be Lethal Weapon 3, of course. I mean, while it kind of went a little downhill for the series, but it's the most successful in the franchise. And it's got some pretty cool action and what have you. And the villain of Jack Travis was really good. And with the introduction of Lorna Cole, I'd say that's even better. Still quite a fun thrill ride and what have you, even with some of its comical moments and what have you. Number two would be, well, the final two would be a tough decision to make. I'm going with Lethal Weapon 2. This might be y'all's favorite one of you, and I can understand. But again, tell me what's your favorite or how you would rank all four of these films. But anyway, Lethal Weapon 2 is pretty good. It was the first film in the franchise I saw. It had everything to offer. It had wow, just about lots of things. Some of which I did let me see here. Yeah, stuff I kind of didn't get a chance to mention, what have you, like having smashed car full of Krugerrands, a hillside house blown off its stilts, and even a bomb set under a toilet. Yeah, this film is just wow. It's just so incredible, and it's action-packed. And it introduced us to Leo Getz, played by Joe Pesci. And my number one, and of course, the original Lethal Weapon is tops because I always liked the film's the story at all. This film was just such a blast. I really got a good kick out of it, and I liked every bit of it. I mean, once we get Riggs and Murtaugh together, then the fun begins. Fun and action, that is. But anyway, I'm just going rapid fire. I'm just getting this out of the way, okay? Enough said, okay? So the original Lethal Weapon is my favorite of the four. So anyway, again, you can tell me what you thought about Lethal Weapon 4, or or if you'd like, just give me, or you can tell me how you would rank the four movies, or just give me your favorite of the franchise in the comments section below, alright? And if you like the video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you an anniversary review of Zack Snyder's 300. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to consider checking out these other videos that I have recently done. In the upper left-hand corner is my review for a real good action-packed flick in the original Die Hard from 1988. The upper right-hand corner is my review for a real fun thrill ride going around the world in the form of Uncharted, which is spoiler-free. Or if you'd like, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my spoiler-free review for The Batman, now playing in theaters. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.